This is Sports Drive.
Welcome back into Sports Drive. Once again, I'm your host, Preston Moore. We're talking high school basketball today. Some big wins last night from some area teams. Some high-scoring games last night from area teams, one of those being the Randall Raiders. Not just a high-scoring game for the Randall Raiders, the highest-scoring game in school history for their team. 118 points scored last night in their win over Borger. Joining me to talk about it is head coach Leslie Broadhurst. Coach Broadhurst, you have been at Randall since the beginning, since the very first Randall game, and now you've been there for the last Randall game, or the most recent Randall game, which is the new record for points in a game. How does last night's game compare to other great games in Randall history?
Well, I think it was I don't know. I mean, I thought we played really well. I thought it was both teams were giving good effort, and I think Borger, has a brand new coach, and he's doing a great job of trying to get that program going. And we've got a little more established team here. And I thought our guys really came out and played with great intensity. We played with purpose. And, we didn't start the game and say we're going to try to break the scoring record, but we just wanted to try to get better and play well. And it was a up and down game. I mean, we usually average between 50 and 60 shots a game, and we took 91 shots in that game last night. So It was very fast-paced. The type of the way we like to play. It was up and down, and we were shooting the ball well. I think we made 15 threes. We were 15 for 39 from the three-point line, which is almost 40%. And then we were 31 for 52 from the two-point, which is 60%. So we were shooting the ball well, and we were forcing turnovers. I think we only had 9 turnovers, but I think we forced almost 40 turnovers. So our press was working pretty good. We dropped that in the second half, and but our pace still was good. I thought we were running and pushing the ball and getting it ahead. The things we are trying to do each and every game. So it was just one of those nights we were kind of on, and things got rolling, and so we'd broken the school record early in the year at Burke Burnett in the tournament. We scored 114 against Burke Burnett. The record was 107. And so we had broken that 114, so the kids all knew it. So, it was a fast-paced, fun game to watch if you like fast basketballs.
Is there a moment, especially when your kids are breaking their own record? You mentioned they set the record at 114 earlier this year. Is there a moment in the game as a coach where you sort of notice that the kids are noticing, okay, we're getting close to the record here. We might be able to break the record that we set earlier. Was there a moment where you notice, okay, they're turning it on? They know that they're close?
Yeah. Some of them on the bench, the starters didn't play as much the second half, and so they were on the bench trying to encourage those guys, keep shooting, keep going. And, we didn't try to – it looks like it was kind of a lopsided score, but it wasn't like, all right, let's go and see if we can set this tonight. Now, once we got in the fourth quarter and got to rolling a little bit, the score got up there, some of those guys on the bench were saying, hey, we can break that 114 if we really keep going. So, that talk was there on the bench that fourth quarter.
Well, I want to ask, obviously last year was a monumental year for Randall basketball, making it to the state tournament for the first time in program history. But this year, setting the new school record for points in a game and then breaking that record that you set within that season, do you feel like this year's Randall basketball team is better than the last year's team that made it to the state tournament?
Well, you hate to compare a lot.
Right.
You love every one of these guys and appreciate all. And we had 3 seniors last year that gave us everything they had, and they were great leaders, and they're the class that got us there. But these guys have kind of put it up on themselves since going last year. When we got back after spring break, we talked about this, about going and finishing the job and getting back down there and trying to play for the state championship. So we lost that first game last year, so that was a little disappointing. But this team has worked really hard, and all of these guys as individuals have put in tons of work. And I do think we're a little stronger at this point than we were at this point last year. I think we've shored up some things. We're more experienced. We've got guys that have been there, and we're pretty good defensively, and we really have some good shooters and some guys that can run and play the way we want to play, play fast. So I've been excited, looking forward to this season since the last season ended, knowing that we had an opportunity to have a really good team again.
What do you think it would take from you at this point in the season? Obviously about middle of district play right now. What's it going to take for you guys to make it back to the state tournament and achieve that goal that you've set for yourself?
Well, I think we can't grow complacent. We can't, get satisfied, I guess is the word. We can't think that we've arrived. We've got to continue working, and I think each and every day we're trying to work harder and put in more effort and do things better than what we did the day before. So it's a continuous process, and I think every single coach coaches that way. But this year we're really we're just locked in on trying to get better. And, I thought that was one of the best games we played all year last night. We've got 8 district games left. One more, we go to Pampa Friday, and then the first half is done, and then we'll start playing everybody again. So, we kind of know what all these teams coming up look like because we've already played all of them except Pampa. But we just got to continue to work I know that's cliche, but we got to continue to get better and not be satisfied. And I think we've got a really good leadership group here. Our seniors are very goal-oriented and very hard workers, and they push the younger guys to do the same. So we're spending a lot of time on our own right now. Our guys working on their game, shooting, getting better. We emphasize to them that you can't just rely on the time we have together as a team. If you want to be the best, you got to spend some extra time. And I know we had guys up here Saturday after practice shooting for 2.5 hours on their own. So this is a driven bunch, and I think we've got a really good team and got an opportunity to do some special things this year.
Well, Coach, you certainly do. I can confirm that for you. I agree with you on that regard. We're certainly excited to see what's in store for the rest of the season. Randall basketball, after setting the school record for points in a game just last night with 118. Coach, once again, thank you for joining the show. Really appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for having us. We appreciate it, Preston.
Absolutely. Well, as for us on Sports Drive, we will be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m., and we hope to see you then.